Today I'm going to be showing you every single SABNEO saber, starting from the original V7 Warrior and ending with the latest one, which is the Beam X. There are a lot of sabers to go through, so let's not waste any time and jump right to it. Hello to all my Jedi and Sith companions. I'm your host, the Frugal Jedi. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at the entire library of SABNEO sabers. And they have their RGB line, they have their Pixel line, and they have their SADI or Series X line. We're going to start by having a look at the V7 line. So the V7s are all RGB, meaning that they are hollow blades and the light is built into the hilt. So let's start with the first one, which is the V7 Warrior. And if you have a look down the middle there, you'll see the lamp. And this one has been around for a while. This is the very first SABNEO saber I've reviewed, and they still sell these. And they're very popular because they look nice, they're comfortable, and they're easy for spinning and easy to hold. And it's going to come with a 32-inch hollow blade. And I'll just tighten that up a little bit, like so. I'll turn it on by holding the button. And there you go. So with RGB, you'll notice that it'll be brighter towards the base and then it'll be dimmer as it gets to the end. And it's not too bad. It really depends on the power of the bulb. There's also a film on the inside of the blade which refracts and reflects the light to scatter it. But yeah, it looks nice. And you're going to have flash on clash and lock-up effects and different sound fonts. Now this one is going to be different on the internals or the inside, the soundboard, than what you're going to get today. Because they've upgraded their components so that they're better. They're going to have better speakers. They have newer, or they have more sound fonts. So I've noticed a few people responding in the actual review of the SABNEO sabers that theirs is a little different, or theirs doesn't have that particular music track or that particular sound font. And again, that's just because when I reviewed it, it was the older core. And when I say core, I am talking about this piece inside with that soundboard. So this is the very original V7 Warrior soundboard, which they don't make anymore. And the other thing is with the V7 Warrior, you'll notice that the charging port is round. And that is a DC barrel jack or barrel connection. So it comes with the charger, which has that round connector on one end and USB on the other. So you just plug that in, plug this into a wall adapter, and it charges. This one has swing on, but I didn't think I'd be able to do it sitting down, but I can. And you can change blade colors. And yeah, whatever you like there for color. Okay, I'll shut this one off. And then I'm just going to take out the blade and I'm going to show you the next one. The next one I'm going to show you is the V7 Lunar. So if you have a look at the Lunar compared to the Warrior, they're almost identical in size, except the Lunar is a tiny bit bigger. It's also a little thicker than the Warrior, and it is heavier. This one has thicker metal, and you can definitely feel the difference in the weight between the two. I don't have a scale, so I can't really weigh them to tell you exact weights, but this one is heavier. This one also has USB-C charging, so the USB-C charging is now hidden away inside. It's right on the bottom there. And you'll probably notice that this one is a lot louder and better sounding than the original V7 core. So this is using the current V7 RGB core versus the old one. So again, it doesn't matter which hilt you like the best or which one you choose, the internals are all going to be the same. And I can switch my sound fonts here. Very nice. Yeah, quick color change. I'm not going to be attaching the blade every single time, but it's going to be the same thing as the other one. And the last one from the V7 line is the V7 King. And the King is the longest of the three by quite a bit. Has that different emitter section to it. This one I enjoyed quite a bit spinning. It was very comfortable. That grip is also really nice. And the black and gold looks stellar. So again, this one is going to be using the latest soundboard. So have a listen. You can hear how it responds to movement. The blaster button. And I can do a quick color cycle. You're going to have your lock up and your twist off. And inside, again, the USB charging port on the bottom. And you can see that the soundboard is no longer red like the original, it is black. So those are the three V7s. The original Warrior, the Lunar, and the King. Now, which one of these V7s is my favorite? If I had to pick one to buy, it's going to be a toss-up between the Lunar and the King. I like them both. It's really tough. Like, they're both so good. If you're going to be doing a lot of combat, I would choose the King over the Lunar. The King has a little deeper inset on the bottom. I don't know if you can tell that. But yeah, there you go. You can kind of see that. And you want that blade to sit nice and deep. Because the deeper the blade sits, see if I can get it in. Nope. Because I didn't bother to back off the screws. But the deeper the blade sits inside the hilt, the more support it's going to get. And it's not going to come out easily or wobble when you're hitting someone else. So keep that in mind. I like this one if I'm going to be fighting. This one, still good for fighting. It's just not as deep. It is heavier, but it looks really nice. Like, it's so hard to make a decision on these. So you decide what you like the best. Up next is the V8 Pixel line. So the first V8 Pixel that came out, and this is the original, looks like this, and it came out in a few different colors. So there's a gunmetal one, this is a silver one, I believe there's a black one. And this one has two buttons, so it makes changing sound fonts really quick and easy. And I'm going to attach the blade. So this is NeoPixel. And if you don't know what NeoPixel is, have a look inside, and you can see those pins. And those pins make contact on the bottom of the blade. Inside the blade are two strips of LEDs, which are red, green, blue. So the saber will tell the blade what color to be and where to light up. And you're going to see some really cool effects. So I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit. Okay. So there you go. So here's a rainbow blade. This is really showing you what NeoPixel can do. So you're going to have all these different blade effects and blade styles. Let's try a different one.
Lights on. Lights on.
This is also using the original V8 Pixel soundboard, which again has been upgraded. So you're not going to be getting the exact same sound fonts or the same music tracks as the newer one. But the newer one is better. The newer one has better sensitive smooth swing. It has more sound fonts.
Are you a Jedi?
So you can see how the NeoPixel lights up in different spots. And you have different effects. And same thing, you unscrew the grip section and plug in a USB-C charging cable. The next on the list is the V8 Pixel Alpha. I have two of them. There's the gold one, which to me looks more like kind of copper. And then I have the silver one. So when these first came out, I was not happy with them at all, because they were a pain in the ass to charge. They rattled around, and I just did not like them at all. So they did make some changes. And the biggest change is the ability to just unscrew this piece, which reveals the charging port. Rather than you having to use a screwdriver and remove this whole metal section and then unscrew the grip section to charge it. So I wasn't a huge fan. They did fix those issues, and it is much better now. Now this one, you do have to remove the two screws at the top to be able to tighten the blade, but that's not as big a deal for me, because once you attach the blade, you're usually going to leave it connected. But yeah, so whatever. But that is the V8 Alpha. It's going to have the same sound fonts as the other ones for the V8 line. It's a single button design.
Join.
And there's my
Holes.
blade style, my ignition style.
Are you a Jedi?
And you have your twist ignition and your twist off. The next one is the V8 Nova. So the Nova kind of reminds me a little bit of the original V8 Pixel. It's almost the same size. It's two-button design again, but it doesn't have the spikes. And it has more of this tire grip versus this ribbed grip. And the V8 Nova, I'll turn it on here. There we go. It has good sound, has gesture control.
I'm a Jedi. I'll never
Nice spot to hold it while you're spinning it, right there. And again, USB-C charging inside the hilt. So I love this one. Really comfortable. I like that tire grip on it. I like the section up here for holding on to it. And I am pleasantly surprised by how well this one feels. And you can check out the original review. Again, don't forget, you'll see the card pop up every time I switch sabers, and just go into the description and you can pick any one you want and watch the full review. The next one is the V8 Spectrum. So this one is wider than the other ones, and I'll show you that here. So you can see the difference. I'll try to back it up so you can see it better. Or maybe like that, you can kind of get an idea. So the pommels are the same size, but if you actually look at the grip section where you put your hand around it is a lot wider on the Spectrum. And again, you can kind of compare that to the original V8 Pixel. Trying to get it in focus. It's hard when it's so shiny, but it is bigger. It is a little heavier than the other ones. Again, 2-button design. The buttons light up. Can't really see that with the lights I have here, but they do.
I'm never join you!
Again, loud volume, sensitive smooth swing. You're going to have all the cool blaster blocks and flash on clash and lock up, as well as all the ignition styles, retractions, and different blade styles like fire blade, pulse blade, rainbow blade, as you saw.
SABNEO V8.
And I'm going to show you another blade that they released. I'll just sneak it in here. This is called the lava blade. And it has these marks, and when you light it up, it looks like lava. And you can get this in either an RGB version, which means that it would be hollow, or pixel version with the NeoPixel connector that you see on the bottom. So let me plug this one in. I'm gonna back off these screws. Yeah, it looks really cool. It's gonna change color. There you go, there's your red. Your tip drag. And the lava blade does not come with any of the sabers. It's a separate purchase, so it's an add-on. It's cool if you like a little bit of variety and something that's different. It's really nice looking. I like it. So that'll do it for the V8 Pixel line. Now the next line is also Pixel, but it's called SABER X, or Series X. So the Series X line are going to be fancier than the V8 Pixels, and they are inspired by characters, not always canonical, but you'll see. So we'll start with the Walker X. So it's pretty obvious, you know, what this is supposed to be looking like. The difference is that you don't have that big control box around the center, but it still gives you the same feel as a replica, but more comfortable to hold.
Low volume.
Of course, you can adjust volume.
High volume.
Okay, so same thing, you're going to unscrew this section here to charge it, and again, you'll find your charging port on the bottom. This one is really nice. It's very comfortable, and when you're spinning it, you're going to be holding it up high, and you can also hold it down here as well by that rubber. And everything's done with the button.
I am told it is the Dark Saber.
And there are, I want to say 18 sound fonts. It's been a while since I've checked.
Broken.
But you have your ignition styles, your
Stable.
blade styles. So very nice, very cool stuff. The next one to show you is the Luke X. So it has the look of Luke, but not a replica. It's all polished metal. So when you're done with something like this, just like the Walker, you want to wipe them clean, get your fingerprints off of them. So again, gesture controls. You're going to have your different
Hunter.
ignitions, different blade styles. And again, to charge it, it's on the bottom. And this one is right there. With a saber like the Luke X, you don't want to be fighting with it. Not too hard anyway. The reason for that is because this section right here is thinner. So if you're putting a lot of strain or hitting someone, you're putting a lot of pressure on this section right here. That could cause the saber to bend at the neck, or break. And I've seen that happen. And you can go online and Google it, thin neck saber breaking, and you'll find examples of that happening. So be aware of that. You can do some dueling, just be smart about it, and just don't go full force. Especially in a lockup where you're pushing someone, you're going to be putting a lot of strain on that, so be careful with it. Next on the list is the SABER. And I love the look of this one. Very nice looking. Again, it's going to have that same core. You're going to have the same sound fonts. But this one just looks more like Vader. And the other one looks like Luke or Walker or Anakin. So really, it's up to you what you like. I'm just going to show you the sizes of those. Very similar. The VADEX is a little thicker, a little wider than the Walker. And just to compare that one to that one, you can see it like that. This one has an incredibly deep emitter section. So let's see. Yeah, there you go. So that one is going to hold the blade in quite deep. So very good for dueling. And I will show you that in a second.
Unstable.
So that was an unstable blade with the photon ignition.
SABNEO V8.
The next Series X is the Dark X. So the Dark X is very unique because it is a representation of the Dark Saber with this beautiful
Power on.
flat blade. And you have, again, a whole bunch of different sound fonts.
Ayla Sakura, Deathabalaba, Kenobi, Dark Sith Red, Yoda.
Somewhere in here is the Dark Saber.
Rey Skywalker.
I am the Inquisitor. Tell me, is this Master Wooden?
I am told it is the Dark Saber.
There we go. So, really nice. This, again, all metal. I thought originally this was fabric, but no, that's etched metal. So this one is very, like I said, unique. Only for certain people that really want something that looks like a Darksaber. You're not going to be fighting with this one, because if you hit this against something, you are definitely going to split this plastic or polycarbonate. I would not recommend battling with one of these flat blades. It looks really cool.
Color switch.
And I do absolutely love it. I'll just never fight with it. To charge this one, what they've done is they've put a little hole right there and just use, again, USB-C cable, plug it in and charge it. Away you go. And the last of the Series X, the latest one I reviewed, is the BEAMX. So BEAMX is this gorgeous white, it's a polished white with those silver accents, and I love the look of this one. Really comfortable. You can hold it up here on this larger part to get a really good grip on it. And yeah, I love the look of this one. Has a good weight to it. Again, there's your charging port. And that little bit of red, which is just an accent piece. It's not really a button. And I'm not even into the, what is it, Gundam? I can't even think about it because I'm not into it, so I don't know. But I know it's from that, from the Japanese giant fighting robot things. But I don't care if it's from that kind of universe. I still think it looks really cool, and I love it the way it is. SABNEO also carries a few accessories as well. You can get replacement blades, you can get that lava blade, you can get display stands, which are acrylic, and they look like that. And you just have it like this and like this. Straightforward. They have a necklace, which I have as well, which is somewhere in my room. I have to find it. You can also get a saber bag. I like to use these when I go out. I put the saber in here, and then I'll go outside and do my demonstrations. And it just keeps the saber protected, right? You don't want to accidentally drop it and scratch it. So, a saber bag. It has this piece here, and you can adjust it and kind of sling it over your shoulder and go to wherever you go and spin it around or duel. So that covers the entire SABNEO collection as of today. I'll also put links in the description that'll take you to the product page of each one of these if you're interested in buying any of them. Also, you can use my discount code, which is Frugal Jedi, and Frugal Jedi will get you an additional 10% off. And last but not least, this is the Frugal Jedi's 3-year anniversary on YouTube. And to celebrate, I'm going to be giving away a SABNEO SABER X Saber of your choice to one lucky viewer. All you have to do to enter is like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, follow SABNEO on one of their social media platforms, and lastly, very important, I need you to leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know which SABER X Saber you would choose if you won. The deadline for entry is June 7th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll announce a winner on Sunday, June 8th. Good luck to everyone who enters, and thank you all so much for watching this video. Until next time, I have been your host, the Frugal Jedi. May the Force be with you.